Here's how to turn a button up that looks like this into a button up that looks like this. The first thing I'm going to do is take the sleeves out with the seam ripper. This part's pretty self-explanatory, just make sure you don't accidentally cut a hole in the fabric with the seam ripper. Now that we have this vest thingy, what I'm going to do is button up the shirt and then pin it where my waist is. I'll take a measuring tape and measure from the pin to the edge of the shirt and then put it in the same spot on the other side. Draw a line that mimics the shape of your body. You don't have to be too precise, because when you pin it and try it on, then you can make any adjustments that you need to. Now I'm going to sew a line on the highest stitch length setting. This is so that I can try it on one more time. If I don't like it, the stitch can easily be taken out. Once you've tried it on and you like the way it fits, you can go over the line with the zigzag stitch. Now you can cut out the excess fabric on the sides. Then go over the edges with the zigzag stitch just to make sure it's secure and neat on the inside. Now it's time to move on to the arms. Line it up with the armhole, then pin it in that spot to make it the same width. And then pin it all the way down the arm. Then you're going to sew the seam, but make sure that before you cut off the excess, you check to make sure that it lines up with the armhole and that it actually fits your arm. Now we're going to sew the sleeve to the armhole. Line up the two seams, then pin it in place all the way around the arm and sew. Now I'm reinforcing the seam. Make sure that every now and then you try it on to make sure it still fits. I'm going to sew in 2 new buttonholes. The shirt has a lot of tension around the waist, so I want to make sure that it's secure. So I'm folding it in half and then cutting directly in the middle to make sure that it's even. And then you can use a sewing machine or just do it by hand around the hole. And then the shirt is done. This process could be a little easier or harder depending on the shape of the shirt and the fabric it's made of. For example, the shirt I used in the first video, I had to sew 2 darts at the side to make it fitted to my body. Since this shirt was made out of cotton and it had a little bit of a stretch to it, I didn't have to sew any darts this time. I really want to know how this turns out for you guys. I'm going to post this on YouTube Shorts, so let me know in the comments.